Hello guys and welcome back to another Minecraft mods tutorial. In today's episode we're going to be creating a config file which allows users to edit certain values without actually having to edit code in the mod, such as IDs for your GUIs and entities, as well as things like if they want the certain biomes to spawn in the overworld. So let's get started. Obviously we're going to have to create a config class in util handlers and create a new class, config handler. Then we are going to obviously have to create a configuration, so public static configuration config, Ctrl+Shift+O to import configuration. You want net.minecraft.common.config.configuration. Then you are going to want the integers, so you want to go into your reference and take these IDs and then remove the finals from them, and they will be the IDs. So these are the default values, obviously, but then you can have it so your users can change those values. Another type of value we can also have in here is a boolean. So a public static boolean spawn copper biome overworld. So this is if the users want to spawn my biome in the overworld. We are going to want two functions, an init, public static void init. Inside of here we're just going to have file. You want a java.io.file. This will just be the config file that users can edit. So config equals new configuration file. And now we're going to want one variable, string category in here. This is the different categories inside of your configuration file. So firstly, category equals IDs. And then everything below this, until we declare another category, will be in the IDs category. So config.add custom category. You want the category and the comment. This will show up telling you about the category, such as set IDs for each entity and GUI. And then below this, we are actually going to set each category ID. So entity centaur equals config get int. You want the string name, entity centaur ID. The category is category. The default value will be this normal one up here, 120. The minimum value is 120 as well. That's the minimum value you can have for custom entities, as there are loads of different entities in Minecraft that have 119, 18, 17 and so on. The maximum value, we could say 200. And the comment ID for the centaur entity. You can do the same thing for the GUI, so I'll quickly do that now. Then we're going to create another category, so just declare it again, category equals, and then this time biomes. So config dot add custom category comment, category, and then spawn copper biome in overworld equals config dot get boolean, the default value of true, and the comment, and then after you've finished all your categories at the bottom, config dot save. We are then going to get into the main class, and at the top we have to declare the config, private static file config, Ctrl+Shift to import java.io.file, back in config handler, create another public static void, register config, and in here you're going to want to add in a few things. Config equals new file, and this register config wants the parameters of FML pre-initialization event equals new file event dot get mod configuration directory plus slash plus reference dot mod id equals main dot config, import harry.main, and make that a public file. Main dot config dot mkdirs, and that will create the directory, create the actual file, and then init a new file, main dot config dot getPath, comma reference.modid plus .cfg. That's the config file. And give that a save. Then into registry handler again, you need to add the FML pre-initialization event into the parameters, as well as for all the other ones as well, add their own parameters, and then put config handler dot register config event. Then give that a save and go back into your main class. Add the word event into each of these parameters. Now you can go into reference and remove these three values. Save it and find all the errors, such as in here with GUI handler. You're going to change it from reference to config handler. .gui centering furnace, and then also an entity init. Down here inside of the init biome, put if config handler dot spawn biome in overworld, then add the spawn biome. So now all your values will be now modifiable when I run the game. And now if we go down, go to run config, and you can see a folder here called tm and tm.config. We have created a configuration file where people can change this value from true or false, and they can change any of these values here. This will help with intermod compatibility once again, as it will make sure that for modpack developers that their entities or GUIs don't cross over with your entities and GUI IDs. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, my name has been Harry, and goodbye.